Hello and welcome to lesson 15 of Sunday. Okay, so what it's going to be is that we're going to have 4 parts today because today is going to be a spelling check-in at the end, which means it's like a spelling quiz, spelling test, meaning I need you to be able to spell these words using the sounds that you know. Okay, so that's at part 4 though. For the first 3 parts, it's our normal routine of reading sounds, spelling sounds, and then reading words. It's the fourth part where we get to spelling test and we jump over to a form like we did last time for lesson 10. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our reading words. Or reading sounds, sorry, reading sounds. So here we go. I'm gonna take myself out of the picture. I'm gonna flip over and here we go. If I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video, say the sound, and then continue on. Alright. Congratulations, you made it through the reading sounds portion. I know I went through really fast, so feel free to go back and say the sound one more time to make sure you know what the sounds are, to what letters that make them. Especially at those last bits where they had the dash and then the sounds, because those are ending, blending sounds, as in we say them at the same time. So like the dash SP, it's sp, or the SK, sk. Okay? So make sure you know those blends, because we're going to be using them a lot when we come up to our words. So without further ado, we're going to get started with our spelling sound. So hopefully you have a pencil paper out. I'm going to give you a sound. I want you to say the sound, as in repeat it after me. Write that sound in the air, and then write it down on paper 3 times so you know the sound. Okay? Without further ado, our first sound is qu. Qu. So write it in the air and then on the paper 3 times. Qu. I. I. In the air. I. On the paper. I. 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 Ch. Ch. Like in chicken. Ch. In the air. Ch. On paper. Ch. 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 You in the pattern? I bet you are. Here we go. We got a few more sounds. Eh. Eh. Like an elephant. As in like them. Ugh. Them. Okay. This one has E in the middle of a word. There's 2 ways of doing this one. Let's try writing them both. E in the middle of a word. Okay. Here's a tricky one. At the end of a word, after a short vowel. At the end of a word, after a short vowel, or a vowel that says its sound, not its name. And then at the end of a word, after a short vowel. So at the end of a word, after a short vowel, or a vowel that doesn't say its name, says its sound. So hopefully you wrote those in the air and then on a paper 3 times, saying the sound each time you wrote it. If you happen to have the sound written down like this, that means you got your sounds written very correctly. You know your sounds. If you didn't and you made a mistake, write that sound 5 times with the correct sound. And if you don't know, here they are. Qu. It's actually QU. I got a fly trying to get me. Ah, sorry. Qu. I. Ch. Eh. as in like them. There's two ways of going. You got where it's voice, you can feel in your throat, and not voice, it's E in the middle of a word. Also, E in the middle of a word. This dash right here just means that there's a consonant there or anything that's not a vowel. The rule that's been set in class is the mean E makes E say its name. This is k at the end of a word after a short vowel or after a vowel that doesn't say its name. And then you got at the end of a word after a short vowel that doesn't, or a vowel that doesn't say its name. Okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into our reading words portion. I'm going to take myself out of the picture. We're going to go over some reading words. I want you to focus on these sight words. It's the ones that we had problems with last time. So let's focus on these sight words like to. Even when we say it, come across it, when you say to, T-W-O, to. They, T-H-E-Y, they. Goes, G-O-E-S, goes. And I want you to continue on like that for our sight words. Ready? I'm gonna backtrack. Go. All right, that's the end of our sight words. All these ones can be sounded out. Take your time trying to sound these out, but it's all you. Go. All right, and that brings us to our final portion, the spell words portion. This portion will be found on the forums. So I want you to spell the words. It's our spelling check-in or spelling quiz, spelling test, however you want to call it. I like to call it the spelling quiz because it just checks in with me and you about how we're doing with our spelling and our sounds, and we know what we need to work on in upcoming lessons. Last time we had to work on our sight words, so there's going to be some sight words on this one. So probably before you start this, make sure you know your sight words. Okay? But I'll see you in the forums that's attached to this assignment. I'll see you over there. Bye.